What's up, guys, and welcome to my review for the fourth installment of this franchise. It's Alien Resurrection. Thank you so much for watching my reviews for the first three films. If you have done that, those are up on the channel now. And look, this is my first time watching this movie. I've only seen the first one with all these rewatches, the second one, the third one, the fourth one. These have all been new experiences for me. Now, I have seen Prometheus like once or twice, and Alien Covenant only once. So those will be interested to revisit as well. But, Alien Resurrection, after the third movie, I felt like we could go anywhere but up. Now, look, I know there's an assembly cut of that third film. I haven't seen it. I've only seen the theatrical version, and I didn't like the movie. Now, I know there's a big fan base for this film, as I've come to know, which is okay. And I believe that's for the assembly cut. And I think people even like the theatrical version. But for me personally, it just didn't do it for me. So, like I said, we could go anywhere. I mean, we're on rock bottom. So there was really no lower I felt the series could get. So with Alien Resurrection, look, this has got the stupidest story of the films. It takes place so many years in the future. We've now gotten a drop of Sigourney Weaver's blood and resurrected her. We've cloned her, but at the same time, she's been cloned the way she died in the last film. Remember how she died in the last film to put an end to all these aliens? Well, guess what? She's been revived, not revived, she's been cloned. And that clone has that alien inside of her chest, I guess. I don't know. It's very convoluted. To now, she gives birth to the mother. They take it. They're birthing all these aliens. They want to study it for research purposes and medical purposes. Like I said, it's all very convoluted. So we meet Sigourney Weaver early in the film, and she's sort of rediscovering herself. And she's great in this movie. She's great in all the films, and she's almost like a superhero in this movie, because I don't know, when they cloned her, I don't know if they've given her spider sense, but what she's doing with basketballs, what she's doing with so many things, I mean, she is the ultimate being, almost. I mean, it's pretty crazy to see the progression that the series has taken this character. It's pretty insane. I've seen a review for this movie. If you go to YouTube and you type in Alien Resurrection review, and you see the first thing that pops up is Chris Stuckman's Hilariosity review. Now, for a person like me, look, I will just say this. I had fun with this movie. I can acknowledge that it's bad, but it's like, there's just something about it. I don't know. I found it entertaining. I look at the story, stupid. Didn't care about any of the characters, but guess what? I had fun with it. It's similar to how I felt about the Venom movie that came out in 2018, I believe. I didn't think it was a good movie, but I still thought it was like a fun, stupid, entertaining movie. That's how I feel about this. So back to my previous point. When you watch Chris Stuckman's review, if you have seen that, he basically makes fun of the movie. He hates the movie. And I feel like that's kind of not the best way to represent it. Because if you're a fan of this movie, or you liked it, or you felt the way I did about it, like it's not terrible, but it's fun and all this, you watch that video and you're like, wow, I wish there was a voice that is on YouTube here that maybe is not going to just trash this movie for 10 minutes. That's what this video is. That's what my review of Alien Resurrection is. I'm giving you a new outlet and a new perspective on a film that's got a completely convoluted story, a film that has not great acting. Winona Ryder's in this. She's not great. Ron Perlman is good. I like Ron Perlman. He's not as charismatic and fun as the Bill Paxton character from Aliens, but he's a similar kind of character. I like that character. So once I was able to turn my brain off, because my expectations were dirt low. So once I was able to turn my brain off, I was like, okay, this is kind of entertaining. This is kind of the only thing I really disliked and something that I couldn't have fun with is like the last 15 minutes of the movie, where you see the mother is giving birth to this new, I wouldn't call it a xenomorph, I wouldn't even know what to call it, but it's this new creature monster that thinks Sigourney Weaver is its mother, and eventually it gets sucked out the window. That stuff didn't care for, didn't like. It was very weird, very strange. But get rid of that. I mean, Sigourney Weaver's got, there's a scene in the movie, I think it's the best scene in the movie, where she goes into this room, because they call her number 8 earlier in the film. And now she goes into this room and you realize why. Because you see the 7 previous tests that they try to do to clone her. Now you could be like, well, how in the world did they get so much of her blood to be able to do this? Doesn't make sense. But she goes into the room. There's all these tubes with just failed test experiments of the clone of Ripley. And then she gets emotional, and then she sees the one on the bed. She kills the one on the bed. She lights fire to all of them. I like the scene. It made me, I don't know, it made me feel something. I liked that scene a lot. It reminded me of the beginning of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, where you see all the Snokeheads in the in the big machines, whatever. It's like, okay, they tried to clone Snoke, Palpatine. That was all convoluted as well, but they tried to clone him a couple times, and it didn't really work until you got the one from The Last Jedi. So I like that. It was cool to see. But look, the movie's bad. It's better than the third one. For me, look, I want to see the assembly cut. Haven't seen it yet. And by the way, if you haven't figured it out yet, my reviews for all these movies is the theatrical versions. So haven't watched any other versions of these films. Now, like I said, this is a bad film, but it's like a guilty pleasure for me. Look, it's the first time I've seen it. I would say this is a guilty pleasure for me. I would rewatch this. I had some sort of fun with it. I thought it was entertaining, and sue me. Okay, this movie is a 2 out of 5 star film for me. I'm going to give it a 2. I can rewatch it. The story's bad. Most of the acting is bad. It's very convoluted. But guess what? I thought it was entertaining, and I thought it was just stupid fun. So that's where I'm at with Alien Resurrection, guys. Comment down below. What are your thoughts on the film? Do you like it? Do you like it more in the third film? What's your favorite in the series? Leave that down below. I'm going to be seeing Alien Romulus. Can't wait. Going to be posting a non-spoiler review. I know in these Alien reviews I've gotten into spoilers because they've been out for a while. Okay, with the new release films, you don't have to worry. 0 spoilers. So looking forward to seeing that. Guys, you can also follow me on Twitter and or X at RyanKing72 and Instagram and TikTok at KingArises131. That's been it for me. Thank you so much for watching my review for Alien Resurrection. And until next time, over and out.